Hey everybody, thanks for clicking that thumbnail and welcome to Talking Habs. And in this video, I am going to break down last night's game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets in Winnipeg. It was Dominic Ducharme's second game as coach of the Montreal Canadiens. And while they looked a lot better, the outcome wasn't any better as they lost 2-1 in overtime. So I'm going to tell you all about it. I've got all the stats from the game, my thoughts on the game, and before we get to that, if you're new to the channel, if you're a Habs fan like I am and looking for, more Habs videos, I do live streams and all kinds of stuff like that, then subscribe and ring that notifications bell. That's down there, and that'll get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here at Talking Habs. If you have any comments about this video, about the game, about anything, leave them in the comment section down there. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, Montreal lost 2-1 to the Jets in overtime. Now, I could be a lot more upset because they lost again. And if you want to look at their record lately, they're 1-4-3 in their last 8 games. That's 5 points in their last 8 games. That's pretty close to an 8-game losing streak. But they're actually in their losing streak is 0-2-3 in their last 5 games. So pretty bad, but the encouraging thing here is that this team looked a lot better the second game against Winnipeg, the second game with the new coach. And you can see how things are going to go, how it's going to turn around. At least I did anyways. So I'm only giving you my opinion. I can't speak for other people. But I was encouraged by the play. They came out looking much better. I think they were the better team overall in the game. Maybe not by a ton, but I thought they were the better team in the game overall. I didn't like, there's a couple of bad calls from the refs I didn't like. I have to tell you, we'll talk about it. And I liked what I saw overall in this game. Jake Allen was really good. Let's get into it. First period, there was no scoring. It was a pretty good pace, back and forth type stuff. And goalies were good. Hellebuyck was really good last night. He faced 41 shots. He gave up 1 goal. Connor Hellebuyck, last year's Vezina Trophy winner. So, you were up against a formidable goalie. But the Habs, they just shot everything. Now, the problem for me with the shots still were coming from the perimeter. And it wasn't until later in the game where they started to try to get into the center and get some shots from there. But I found still, again, shots coming from the perimeter. The teams are still able to push them out to the outside. That's something I noticed. So no scoring in the first period. So, I thought that was good, right? The last game, okay, they were leading going into, after the first period. But considering how they lost that game, how many losses, they must be down on themselves. And they came out really good in this period. So I have to admit, I was very happy with that. Second period, not so happy with the first goal. It is a power play goal, and it comes after, I didn't mark it here. Did I mark it here? It comes after a tripping call on Jeff Petrie that I thought was soft. I think I did write it here. 9:04 tripping call on Petrie was soft. In the immortal words of Michel Terrier. I thought it was. I thought the 2 calls on Petrie in that period, first one was just total bullshit. Interference? What did he do? I didn't see what he did. Now I'm live streaming. Maybe my focus isn't completely on that, but I remember watching that and seeing, asking people, what did he do? Because I didn't see anything. If anything, was it a pick maybe? Because he kind of got in the way of the guy. That's interference, I guess, but it's pretty soft. I don't think he did it on purpose. And I don't know. I just found that very soft call. Leads to a goal by Ehlers, his 11th from Kopp at 10:38. But then just less than 5 minutes later, Nick Suzuki gets a really, okay. In the live stream, people were just, I don't know. I thought that was a really great goal. He was behind the goal line. Let me read what I wrote here. On the right side of Hellebuyck, so below the goal line, and he banks a puck off Hellebuyck into the net. Now everyone's going, well, he got lucky, and why didn't he try to make a play? You know what? That wasn't luck. Sorry. That was a shot he's done before, and it's a shot that was Didn't have time to think about it, but he knew what he was doing. He banked it in off the goalie on purpose, no doubt about it. So you could say luck, bad decision, maybe he could have made a better play. What if he doesn't score on that? I don't care what you say. Great shot, great goal. So that's Suzuki is 5th from Armia, and afterward they added an assist to Sherratt. And that would be all the scoring. So right through to the end of regulation, I guess you could say. And you could tell kind of like in the third period, it was a good period. Montreal they totally outshot them all the way through. I mean, I don't know if you want to say dominated them, but they were the better team. And you could tell kind of it was going to go, we were talking about it in the live stream, is this going to go to overtime? And this wasn't like 5 minutes left. It was like 15 minutes left, and it kind of looked like it was going to go to overtime, and it does. They could neither team could solve the other. And then in overtime, 3:33 in, Paul Stastny gets his 4th from Ehlers and Connor. And if you want to notice the names on that board for Winnipeg, those are guys that can put the puck in the net, right? Those are guys that can put the puck in the net and have been putting the puck in the net, and they were on the ice. And this is the one complaint last night for me on Ducharme is who he had out on the ice. Now, the explanation was Deneau was out on the ice, and I'll explain how the goal happened in a sec, but Deneau was out on the ice to win the face-off. Because Nick Suzuki had just finished, he had finished the game, and he was on the last shift of the game. You know, they start the overtime pretty quickly. And he wanted Deneau to win the faceoff and get off the ice, and Suzuki would come on. And Winnipeg had 3 forwards, and he thought, well, they'll pay the price for that. It's not what happened. Deneau did not win the faceoff. And then what he proceeded to do was, I don't understand. I get he was defending against, I think it was Stastny, because Stastny got the goal. So he was defending against Stastny in front of the net. But he was literally, he could have been sitting right on top of Allen's head. Like, what was he thinking? He was getting Stastny out of the way. Stastny got out of the way, and he's literally on top of Allen. The shot comes in. Allen doesn't see it. It kind of I don't know if it's a rebound. I don't know what you call it. And it drops to Stastny, who just taps it in. Like, literally, it seemed like he was standing right on top of him. What are you doing, Deneau? Get out of the freaking way so your goalie can see the shot. The other thing is, why are you not putting guys on the ice in overtime who can score? Look what Winnipeg did. Look what happened. They scored. We got guys out there more defending. Like Armia, he gets a little shit for being out there. I don't know. Armia can put the puck in the net. I'm not upset. But Deneau hasn't been scoring. Armia had 2 goals the last game. Deneau hasn't been, and he's out there. Yeah, you know what? Put Suzuki out there. Put KK out there. Take the chance to win the draw and go with that, because you got guys that can score. I don't understand that. So that's the one knock I'm going to give Ducharme last night, because the rest, I'm sorry, but I saw a lot of good stuff for the future, and that's how it is. So before we go to the pluses, I'm going to give you a shot stats of the game. 41 shots to 21 for Montreal. In the face-off circle, again, a team that's not much better than us in the face-off circle, they beat us again there, 47 to 53% for them. Power play, 0 for 2, so power play unit, again, nothing. And penalty kill, 1 for 3, so they got 1 for 3, 1 power play goal on 3 tries. 26 hits to 15 hits. Now, considering 41 shots on goal, I don't know necessarily that the hits were because we didn't possess the puck. We had to if we had that many shots, you'd think, but that's usually what it shows. Allen, 19 of 21 with a .905 save percentage. And again, what did I say after the first goal? Not Allen's fault. It was after a BS call on Petrie. Jets power play, Ehlers in the high slot, a wrist shot that beats a screened Allen. And he was screened by 2 Habs on that first goal. So I'm not blaming Allen here. So Allen was good. Was very good again. Hellebuck, good enough to get the next start. Hellebuck, 40 of 41, .976 save percentage. That's what we need from our goalies, those kind of numbers. Hellebuck, good. If he had a slower start, he's good right now. Shots on goal by period. 14-7 in the first for Montreal. 13-9 in the second for Montreal. 14-2 in the third for Montreal. And then flip that into the overtime and 0 for 3. So Jets had 3, and one of them hit the post. And there were 2. Romanov hit a crossbar. You could say, well, that would have changed the game, and it might have. But then Connor hit a crossbar in the earlier in the second. So Romanov did it really early in the first, and Connor did it really early in the second. So you could say, they kind of cancel each other out. They don't mean much. But then someone hit the bar, one of those 3 guys in the overtime as well. All right, so my Habs stars of the game. Yeah, I think Hellebuck probably gets a star, right? And Ehlers had 2 points. I mean, they were good, right? But these are Habs stars of the game. It's not 3 stars of the game anymore. Habs stars of the game. I try to find 3 Habs players that are good enough. And I mean, these are legit. Romanov with that hit the crossbar. Romanov was good. You noticed him. He had jump. He was good last night. Where you're noticing him offensively and even defensively. So that's a good thing. And Romanov was good. Jake Allen, like I said, not a lot of shots, but he was good. Was good when he needed to be, and you cannot fault him for either of those 2 goals. You can't. First star, Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki led in ice time, I think, all game. Had that beautiful goal. Nick Suzuki had another good game. He's been sort of lately, but that was a good game from him, so he gets the first star. Now, what I see as pluses from this game. Looking more like the team from the start of the season last night, that kind of jump, not that kind of dominance scoring-wise, but that kind of play that, you could see should win games. And, if they play like that every night against the rest of the teams, they should win more games than they lose. That's without a doubt, if you ask me. Less penalties that aren't BS. Yeah, sure, they had 3 penalties, which is in that vein of 3 or less. Right? So, but I honestly think that first Petrie penalty to me was bullshit. I'm sorry. To me, it was bullshit. The second was soft. Still, they had less penalties. They were playing more disciplined. That's a good thing. It's a plus. The D seemed to be more mobile. I don't know if it's mobile, but more involved in creating offense and getting the play going, which allowed them to have better speed through the neutral zone. Right? And that's been a problem. They're losing their speed through the neutral zone because of the lack of the mobility on the defense, because the pairings I don't think are 100% good, but it was better last night. And you can see them have more speed through the neutral zone, which creates more opportunity in the offensive zone. So that was better. Playing with more confidence. They definitely played with more confidence, and I love what I'm seeing from Jonathan Drouin, confidence-wise. He's a different player out on the ice. He's been playing better this year than he has in previous years, but he's got a new confidence since the last 2 games with Ducharme. He played for Ducharme in juniors, won a Memorial Cup for him, so this could be a really great thing if having Coach Ducharme turn Jonathan Drouin's confidence level up, and then we start to see what we should see from Jonathan Drouin. That would be amazing. Improved play in only the second game with the new coach. So this is another great thing because I've said this. I'm going to end on this, so I'm just going to click off. 2 ways you usually see a coaching change. The team either takes off right away, and it's anywhere from the first win to a few wins to maybe 10 games where they're winning most of their games, and then it drops off. And they get back down to somewhere, maybe a little improved, but somewhere around where they were, something like that. Or team struggles at first, and they don't look great for a few games, and they start to get it going. And in the long run, that's the better start with a new coach. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it is, because I find that more lasting. The results, once they get to where they need to go, it's more lasting. And this is what happened here. And the good thing is, second game, and they're already showing a lot, some results. And it's funny, the coach before the game, he predicted that. He said you'll see some, he expects to see some improvements already from the stuff that they're working on. And I think that's very much the case. Yeah, they lost again. I get that. I get it. But the signs are there for things to change. And he's a new coach. You gotta give him. I'm giving him 5 games. So I got 3 more games before I'm going to start saying, the coach. The only thing I have to say was in the overtime, I don't understand the thinking of not putting 3 offensive guys that can put the puck in the net. That's what Winnipeg did, and the results were there. So, is he trying things out? Is he, I don't know what he's doing exactly, but you got to give him 5 games, in my mind, before you start jumping off the damn bandwagon. So many bandwagon jumpers here in Montreal. I don't get it. Anyway, that's for my podcast. All right, so there you go. Next game is on Tuesday. We're home to Ottawa. Hopefully get some revenge on Ottawa at home. 7 o'clock start. I'll be on the air at 6:35 on my live stream. Hopefully you'll be there. Give a guess the score for the Guess the Score contest. And that's it. So I think that's it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, leave a comment in the comment section. And if you are new to the channel or you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Subscribe, ring the notifications bell. That'll get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here talking Habs. And I'll see you next game on the live stream. Next video. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, everybody. Peace out, y'all. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day, evening, night, morning, whatever it is when you're watching this. Bye-bye, y'all.